Hello everyone, we are going to be solving daily Leetcode problem 1277 count square submatrices with all ones. Uh, this is a slightly complex one than the one that we saw yesterday where we had to count the occurrences of zeros. And before even starting this problem, we shall have a small motivational quote. Life is a battle not with others but within yourself against fear, laziness, distraction. Do not take it easy. Fight them each day and become the best version of yourself. Okay, so let us understand this problem. 1277 count square submatrices with ones, with all ones. Given an m cross n matrix of ones and zeros, return how many square submatrices have all ones. So what we are asked here is, all the single ones, there are 10 ones in this matrix, and also a 2 cross 2 uh, number of ones where we are seeing four such squares, like this is one square, this is one square, 2, 3, and 4. And similarly 3 cross 3 we see 1. So totally we have 15 uh, 15 submatrices which have all ones, right? So example 2 also is more or less the same, but let us think about what we have seen with the example so far. I will walk through the example. So let's say we take this example where we are given with 1 1 1 and 1 1 1 1 and 0 1. So let's consider this one. So let's say first row, first column say the same because they do not have any. We can just say we can iterate through this row, which has all ones. So once we are in this row, which is 0 1 2, first column, so 1 comma 1, so we can see that there is 1 at the top, and to form a 2 cross 2 even ones matrix we also need to have a 1 here, right? So we need to check, uh, while if we consider, if when we come to this specific element we see there are 1 cross 1 here, and also here, and also the previous one. So this would constitute to a 2 cross 2 uh, matrix which contains all ones. Similarly, for this element also we can form 2 cross 2 matrix all over here also. So this would give us uh, 4 2 cross 2 matrix. For us to compute that part, we can have a simple formula. Say we can write maybe 1 plus let's say a minimum of above, which gets 1, and left if it is 1, and diagonal if it is 1, that is the top left diagonal. If it is 1, then we add 1 and we change this value to 2. Similarly here also we change it to 2, right? So this would give, this way we can calculate all these three values also, right? So based on the number of elements. Okay, so with that understanding, I would say we can we can come up with a solution. Let's say we can have two for loops where we iterate through an I and j, 0 to length, and j which runs from 0 to length as well, length of rows and columns. Okay, so we can compute, say, if the specific element that we are looking at is equals to 1, and I is greater than 0 and j is greater than 0, and matrix or the element uh, we are looking for has a minimum value above, that is I minus 1. I is the row and previous row, and j, and also out of left value, which is I and j minus 1. And for diagonal we compute it this way: diagonal we compute I minus 1 and j minus 1, the top left diagonal. So once there is a value, we add some total number of ones count with the current matrix value, that is, if it's either a 1 cross 1 or 2 cross 2 ones, or 3 cross 3 submatrix containing all ones, then we finally return total. I hope you understood this logic. With this, I will go to the Leetcode editor and solve this problem. Okay, so let me start coding this up. So this is the total number of submatrix with all the ones only. So this is the variable that helps us keep track of the final total. So so this is going to run through the rows and another for loop. So once we are past the zeroth row, then we can start computing the matrix for diagonal elements, or if it is a 2 cross 2 all ones matrix. So that's where this check is happening. So we are going to change the value if it is either 1 cross 1 or 2 cross 2 with the so firstly we are going to check the previous row, and we are going to check for the left value if it is also 1, and we are going to check the top left value, which is the diagonal top left value. If it is also a 1, then we consider it as a submatrix with containing all ones only, right? So once we do that, we will immediately update the total value. Okay, so this should solve our problem, and time and space complexity of the solution would be of one would be the space complexity, and time complexity would be uh, n m cross n, or the number of rows into columns. Hope you found this video helpful. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.